I never imagined my marriage would last less than a single night. Not because of screaming or violence or some explosive secret, but because of one careless decision that revealed everything I refused to see. My name is Callum Reeves. I'm 39. I believed I was marrying my future, not officiating its funeral. I met Eleanor Whitmore 3 years ago through mutual friends in Bristol. She was charming, confident, the kind of woman who filled a room without trying. I wasn't flashy. I worked logistics, kept routines, planned ahead. She told me she liked that I felt steady, said I made her feel safe. I took that seriously. When I commit fully. There were small things I ignored while dating. Her ex, Julian, always hovered in the background. Group dinners, birthdays, casual messages she said meant nothing. She insisted they were mature, evolved. I didn't love it, but I trusted her. Trust is something you give before it's earned, and I gave it freely. Our wedding day was perfect on the surface. Summer air, old stone venue, friends laughing, glasses clinking. Eleanor looked beautiful walking toward me. I remember thinking how calm I felt, like everything in my life had finally aligned. I had no idea that calm was about to evaporate. The drinking started early. Champagne while getting ready, cocktails before the ceremony, wine during dinner. I paced myself. Eleanor didn't. She was radiant and loud and unfiltered, dancing between tables, laughing too hard. People said she was just excited. I wanted to believe that. Then Julian arrived. I didn't invite him. She had. She said it would look childish not to. He hugged her a little too long when he arrived. I noticed. I said nothing. I didn't want to be that guy on his wedding day. As the night wore on, the music got louder and the lights dimmer. I was talking with my brother when I noticed Eleanor wasn't at our table. I scanned the dance floor and saw her. Arms raised, hair loose, spinning. And there he was, Julian, hands on her waist, her head thrown back laughing like the room didn't exist. At first, I told myself it was nothing. A song would end. She'd come back. But the song blended into another, then another. They were close. Too close. She leaned into him. He whispered something, and she laughed again. That laugh she used to reserve just for me. People started watching. I felt it before I fully saw it. That shift when joy turns into discomfort. Someone tapped my arm and said, "Is that okay?" I didn't answer. Then she kissed him. Not a full kiss. A sloppy, drunk kiss on the cheek that lingered far too long. And she swayed with him like I wasn't standing 10 feet away in a suit I picked to marry her. I walked onto the dance floor. The music was still playing, but everything felt silent. I said her name once. She turned, eyes glassy, smiling like a child caught doing something silly. "It's fine," she slurred. "Don't be so serious. We're just dancing." I looked at Julian. He didn't apologize. Didn't step back. He smirked. Something inside me settled. Not anger. Not rage. Certainty. I took Eleanor's hand and placed her wedding ring back into her palm. She stared at it, confused. "This ends now," I said quietly. She laughed at first. Thought it was a joke. Then she saw my face. I walked off the dance floor, out of the venue, into the cool night air. I felt oddly calm, like my body had already processed the loss. She followed me outside, heels in hand, crying suddenly, apologizing, blaming the alcohol, blaming the moment. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't argue. I didn't ask questions. I told her one thing. "You showed me who you are when you thought I wouldn't walk away." She said it didn't mean anything, that it was just dancing, just a mistake. But mistakes don't happen in front of your husband, on your wedding night, with your ex, while people watch. That's not a mistake. That's truth slipping out. I left. drove to a hotel, slept alone for the first time as a married man, and the last time. In the morning, I called a lawyer. By noon, the marriage was over. Some people say I overreacted, that weddings are emotional, that alcohol blurs judgment. Maybe. But respect isn't situational. Loyalty isn't conditional. I didn't lose a wife that night. I avoided losing years of my life to someone who didn't value me. The hardest part wasn't walking away. It was realizing I should have been ready to sooner. That night ended my marriage instantly. And honestly, I'm grateful it did. In the weeks that followed, the story spread faster than I could control. Friends picked sides. Some told me I was strong. Others said I was heartless. Eleanor sent long messages late at night, rewriting history, softening details, insisting I misunderstood what everyone clearly saw. I never replied. Silence felt cleaner than explanations. Julian disappeared once the reality settled. He always did when things became inconvenient. That told me everything I needed to know about the man she defended for years. She chose familiarity over commitment, chaos over stability, and spectacle over respect. I've had time to think since then. Time to accept that love without boundaries isn't love at all. It's permission to be diminished. I didn't end my marriage because my wife danced with her ex. I ended it because, in that moment, she forgot I existed. And I refused to build a life with someone who can forget me so easily. Walking away wasn't dramatic. It was necessary. Some lessons arrive dressed as celebrations. Mine arrived in a white dress, under bright lights, and taught me that self-respect sometimes means leaving quietly, immediately, and without ever looking back, even when the world expects forgiveness instead. I chose myself. Finally.